Hello Taurus, this is the reading, the tarot reading for you for May 2016. May 2016. This is a very general reading. If you'd like a private consultation, please send an email to duniaazad@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. All the informations are below. So for May 2016, I'm using two tarot decks. I'm using the Gendrum Tarot, and then I'm using the Mini Connolly Tarot deck. And this is going to be a 24 card tarot reading. I'm going to use the astrological wheel. So it's going to be 2 cards for each house. So it's going to be 12 houses and 24 cards. So let's begin, Taurus. For May 2016, in the first house is connected with your physical body, with the way you approach things, you approach life. Also, it's connected with the way you filter the information that comes to you. You have the 2 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles, or the 6 of Coins. So this is from the Gendrum Tarot. So cute. The 2 of Wands, and then you have the 6 of Pentacles. So maybe during this month you might be starting some sort of partnership, some sort of new professional endeavor, and you might need someone to give you some money or to loan you some money, and someone might really help you out in terms of starting a new professional project. And he or she might even be like a silent partner. Just he or she might only have like the role of giving you money to help you out. In the second house, which is the house connected with the money you earn, also it's connected with values, material values, the money you earn, but also immaterial values, like to what things do you give value to. For instance, do you give value to freedom? So you'd see that in the second house. However, because of the cards that came out, I'm going to read this more as like a new professional enterprise, a new professional project. The cards that came out for you were the Princess of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. So the Princess of Cups in the traditional tarot decks is called the Page of Cups, and then the 8 with the 8 of Pentacles. So this could be like you had, like, for a very long time you had a hobby, and you transformed this hobby into a new source of income, and maybe you needed to buy some sort of equipment or some sort of materials or something else. You needed to make like that first initial needed to buy something. You needed you needed money for something, and someone helps you out. The Princess of Cups speaks of something that you start out of love. So it's something, it's work, but you transform something that you love into your job, into your income. Or if it's kind of difficult in the beginning, it means that this new professional project means that you're going to be working long hours on it. Okay. In the third house, which is the house connected with short trips like the ones that you take to your job, to your school, so in your local area, in your neighborhood. It's also connected, the third house, to your siblings, to your cousins, to your neighbors, to the way you communicate, to your car, to the vehicles that you use to move from place A to place B. You have the Prince of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So these are money cards. So the Prince of Pentacles in the traditional decks is called the Page of Pentacles, or the Page of Coins. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles. And because Taurus is the earth sign, the Queen of Pentacles is connected, because it's Pentacles, with the earth element. This could represent you. So this could actually be you. I would say that maybe you'll be starting like a new project within your neighborhood, and because of other cards, I'm even saying that maybe even out of your house, or even out of your garage or something, but even in your house, in where you live, or if it's not there, it's in your neighborhood. because this is also, and you might be, advertising this new business, online. Because this is also the house of siblings. The person that you might have requested money from could be your sibling. So if the Queen of Pentacles doesn't represent you, it might represent, I would say, a sister, but not necessarily. And she could be in her late 30s or after the age of 40, and she's already established. She's a mature woman. She's really good with money. So if she gives you money, if she lends you money, she knows that this business, whatever it is, I don't want to say valuable. She knows it's a good bet that you're gonna make it flourish, and you're gonna make it successful. So she doesn't have problems in lending you money or giving you money or even being the silent partner. And she might be from an earth sign. She might be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So you might have the help of a sibling or siblings, even a neighbor, but I'm more inclined to siblings. In the fourth house, the house connected with your home, where you live, your house, also your family, like kind of the clan, but also your wife, your children, your parents, more particularly your mother. The cards that came out were the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, which again tells me that you're going to start a new business, because this Eight of Pentacles already came out in the second house, which is connected with the money you earn. So you're going to start a new business out of your house. And this new company is going to be like, this is something new, the Ace of Swords, something new. And because it's swords, I would say that it's a company which you have all the paper. No, it's not just starting without setting up the company. You set up the company and you file all the papers, everything that's necessary. You do anything to do with documentation. So I'm thinking starting work from your house, starting a hobby that you had, you transform it in a income source. You transform it into a new career, a new profession, something like that. Not because you want to, because I would say because you are kind of made do it by the circumstances surrounding your work and your bosses. And I'll get to that. In the fifth house, it's the house connected with love, with children, with sex, with fun, with speculation. So if you play the stocks, one of the houses you look at is the fifth house, also the eighth house. The fifth, oh my god, fifth house number 5 is sex for fun, and house number 8 is sex for intimacy. So it isn't just for fun, it's to become closer with your spouse, with your partner. But I'm going to read this as maybe in terms of love and in terms of children, or even in terms of hobbies. This is the fifth house. You maybe you like in the beginning or part of the month you are unsure if you should start, if you should take this hobby, which has been a hobby of yours for a very long time, onto a new path, which is the path of generating income for you. But I would say that this indecision doesn't last for long. So if it's not that, it could be like if you're not married, It could be that maybe, or even if you're married. No, I would read this more as if you're not married. Maybe you like dating someone from the sign of Libra, because justice is connected with Libra, and you are indecisive in regards to this person. You like thinking, where is this going? Is this going somewhere? Should I continue with this person? Is this going to be like a long-term relationship? Am I going to marry this person? Or imagine that this person, I'm sorry, has proposed to you, and now you're indecisive. Oh my God, should I marry him? Should I marry her? There's something connected with your love life that makes you really indecisive, and you don't know if you should continue or not. I don't know what to tell you. I don't think that's really apparent here in terms of what type of decision you're going to take in that department. If it's not your love life, it could be connected with your kids, with a child or more than one child. There's something connected with them, and you have to make a decision, justice card, and you don't know what decision to take or to make, because you want to be fair. You want to make the best decision possible, the fairest that type of decision, which is good for everyone around and good for your kids, but you don't know which decision that is. So like you don't know what to do yet, because you want to be fair. Okay, and then in the sixth house, which the sixth house, you have two major arcana cards, which are not very good. I'm sorry to tell you that. You have the moon, you have the hanged man. You have the moon and you have the hanged man. Moon means, one of the possible meanings is deception. Is also the moon is also connected with women, so might be deception. The sixth house is the house connected with work, with colleagues, with health. Could be like some sort of deception made even by female colleagues of yours, like they're lying, they lied, they behind your back, and they did stuff to hurt you, and you were not aware of that. It's lying, deception, deceiving, because the moon is connected with women. Maybe from female colleagues, female co-workers, but not necessarily, could be any type of co-worker. And this lying and deception might be, how do you say? Oh my God. Come to light, it might imply some sort of sacrifice. And I would say that the person who is sacrificed is you, even if the colleagues are sacrificed. You're gonna get it also, I'm sorry to tell you. So there's something that your colleagues might be doing, a colleague or colleagues might be doing to you, and for a while. I would even say like bullying, I don't know why, but this might come out. There's some very big major transformation and sacrifice and pain and deception surrounding your workplace. If it's not that, if everything is fine, it could be something to do with your health. Maybe there's nothing to do with, let's say, your colleagues are great, no one is deceiving, no one is intriguing, no one is bullying you, nothing like that, but the work is so stressful that it takes a toll on your mental health, on your health and your physical health, so you feel it. And you kind of try not to look at it, try to like hide the fact that this job is really affecting negatively your health. And this is the month, Taurus, in May, that all of that comes out, all of that stress comes out. And there might be some very big change and transformation in terms of your health. And not in a very good way. And maybe that's why maybe you don't start a new job, or could be like maybe your health and you have to leave this job, even if you love it very much. So you cannot be in this job again because your health was affected in a way that you have to leave the job. I'm sorry, and that's why maybe that you start a new career, a new company, that you start this new thing, this new professional project that will generate income for you. Or if you're like your health is really there's something happened with your health, but that doesn't mean necessarily that you have to leave your job permanently. It just means that you might be you have to recover at home, and while you are recovering at home, you work from home. So you work remotely. Doesn't mean also it doesn't mean that you have to leave your job. It doesn't mean that your colleagues deceiving you or anything like that, or intriguing against you. It might mean just that something to do with your health, and then for a while, for May, you have to work from your home. It could be that also. So it has many different meanings, okay? Many different meanings. I'm sorry. In the 7th house, which is a house connected with open enemies and with matrimony, with marriage, with your partner, the person to whom you are legally binded, your wife, your husband, you have the 10 of swords and the 5 of pentacles. Many different meanings. It could be like, because it's open enemies, I would say that maybe the open enemy was a colleague or several colleagues, and you have like a final confrontation with this open enemy, and this ends the conflict forever, but it ends in a very bad way. But at least I would say that maybe, I don't know if it's you who started this final battle, this final conflict. It could be you or it could be the other person. The other person might be from a fire sign. So this person just kind of rushes, openly and reveals himself or herself as an enemy, and there's like this final battle. Not fist fight, okay, not fist fight, but it could be like very aggressive words exchange, lots and lots of hostility, but it's done, okay? This is like done, finally, okay? And it could be like some sort of colleague who's been bullying you and has found a way of throwing you out of your job by lying and deceiving. And maybe like in your last day of work, this person really has like a full-blown verbal fight with you, but it's done. It's no longer you have to deal with this person. If it's not you, if it's nothing to do with you, it's not an open enemy behaving like that with you, it could be something similar but happening to your wife, to your spouse. So, and maybe your spouse, your wife, your husband, your spouse is the one who initiates this final battle with someone, and this could be I'm sorry, this could be family related, this could be work related, something to do, and she's like sick of it, or he is sick of it, and he just confronts this person, and there's like this final battle, this final conflict, but it's done because he or she has like a sudden illumination, and it's done, okay? So he or she during this month might be feeling, you might be having troubles in your work, and she or she might be having her own or his own set of troubles also. So during this month, you and your spouse might, there's another set of cards that tell me that because of the part of your own personal problems, because he or she has his or her own personal problems, and because you have your own personal problems that have nothing to do with the marriage, so you're very stressed. So the harmony during this month might not be there in your marriage during May 2016, Taurus. So then the eighth house, the cards that came out for you were the Six of Cups and the Seven of Swords. The eighth house is the house of sex, is the house of death, but it's also the house of shared resources, the money that you have with your partner, the money that you have with your spouse. Is like the common, like joint account, for instance, could be that the common pot where you both put your money. It's also the house of inheritance, the house of taxes, you know, and it's two different cards. It's really interesting. It's like there's a gift that's given to you or to your spouse, because this is a shared resource. But I thought this is a poison gift. This is a gift with a lie attached to it. Imagine that, or a gift that comes from deceit. You know, imagine that you were thrown out. I hope not. That some of you were like thrown out of your job, and there's like a in Portuguese we call it indenização, settlement or some kind. Not settlement, there's a word for it. You are given money to leave because you are, you know, fired way too soon and you had certain rights, so you need, there's this money needs to be given to you. So it is money given to you, but this money is attached with deceit and lying, and you know, there's deceit and disillusionment attached to this settlement, to this money. You can even go to the authorities, to law, you know, in order to get this money. So it might come rather difficultly, in a rather difficult way. Pardon, I'm sorry. So it's not an offering given freely. You might be even forced to kind of dig it up in order to get this money, which is yours, by the way. If it's not you, it's your wife's money. So it's like a settlement given to your wife or your husband, your spouse. Imagine that she has an inheritance, or he has an inheritance, okay? And you know, when there's inheritance, there might be family trouble, and this final conflict might be with someone not necessarily blood related, okay? Could be someone else, not necessarily blood related. So there is this final conflict, and from that final conflict, the money which is owed to her or to him is finally given, but it took a little digging, you know, and because it was hidden. Or it could be something else, like your spouse is hiding assets. Could be your spouse was kind of, I hope not, but for some of you could be that, like he or she wins the lottery, or there's some sort of offering, some sort of inheritance, and he or she is like hiding it, you know. I hope not. Or it could be something else, like imagine that, you know, there's these contexts, contest that you go on television, and you are awarded this and awarded that, you are given this, you won the car, you won this, you won that, but then you have to pay taxes. So there's like an offering of money, but they don't tell you everything about that money, or about those gifts. They don't, oh my God, you want this? They don't tell you have to pay taxes, you know. So there's an offering that there's some sort of lie connected with this offering. I don't know what it is. In the ninth house, the house connected with higher knowledge, trips to overseas or foreign trips, you know, long distance trips, so trips a trip that you do abroad. If you live in France, then you go to, Britain. That would be the ninth house. It's connected with, law and justice and organized religion, and, like I said, higher knowledge. You have the Judgment card and the Four of Wands or Four of Rods. So there's some sort of big change, a big transformation. Maybe this is also the house of the in-laws. Maybe there's an in-law who's getting married, or there's some sort of big transformation to the in-laws. Maybe they emigrate and go to another country, to work. Maybe an in-law marries abroad. There's some sort of big transformation connected to some of you, to your in-laws or one in-law. It could also mean that, let's say, because of the big transformations in your job, and there's more cards connected to that, you and your spouse decide to emigrate, and then you decide, like, one of us goes first and then the other goes next. Could be that. However, when I saw these two cards together, what I thought was, finally you and your college degree. Maybe you had like one, I don't know how to call it, credit left. You needed to do one course or two courses, and then finally you finish your higher your course, your university course. Finally you end it, and that's why there's like this big celebration and this success. You're kind of happy. Finally you were able to finish it. It could also mean that there was some sort of court decision connected either, or will be in May in 2016, Taurus, connected either to you or to your spouse, and this court decision awarded you or your spouse some sort of money which was owed to you. And I'm thinking again to do with work, that they wanted to fire you with no just cause. They just wanted to let go of you, and they made up some sort of lies that you stole this or you did this or you're incompetent or whatever. So they were trying with the help of colleagues, of your own colleagues, they trying to let go of you, not pay you. So you went to the justice, and finally that money was given to you, or will be given to you in May. And then in the 10th house, the 10th house is the way others see you, your social reputation. Also, it's the house connected with authority figures, the ones who have authority over you, your bosses. Also the house of the father and the house of career, profession. You have two major arcana cards. You have the deceiver or the devil, and you have the high priestess. So your boss is deceiving you in a hiding way. Some sort of deceit made by your boss or the authority figures in your workplace comes to the light. There's some sort of secret in May, Taurus, connected to the deceits of your bosses and your colleagues that come to light. Maybe they're like all on it together. Maybe they're like taking money, and you were the only one who had no idea this was happening, and they just kind of screw you, I hope not. Again, I hope not. So maybe they want to get rid of you because you're honest, and they make all these lies. So they sacrifice you. So there's some sort of knowledge, occult knowledge, that comes to light about deceiving, connected with your workplace, connected with more with your career and your profession, more with your bosses. So because these are two major arcana cards in the career house, and there are another two major arcana cards in the work house, I'm thinking that there's a very big transformation in your career, in your profession, to some of you, Taurus, in May 2016. And the 11th house, the house or the area or the department connected with your long-term goals, your hopes and wishes, Also, your friendships, you have very good cards. You have the Nine of Cups and the King of Wands. So there's some sort of wish you accomplish with the help of a friend, and this friend might be from a fire sign. He could be, I'm reading this as a he because it's a king, therefore to me it's a he. And he could be a Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aries. And this guy is the one who helps you out and fulfilling a dream. Maybe he sees he's a friend. Maybe he sees that everyone is like in your workplace not treating you properly, and he helps you out, and he is the one who gives you money to start your own business. It could be that. Or if it's not money, he gives you very good advice. He gives you very good advice in what to do, and he helps you set out new plans and make new goals for your life. So you have the support of a friend of friendships during May 2016, Taurus. Finally, the 12th house, the house number 12, is the house connected with self-undoing, health, also health issues, confinement, prison, suffering that I would say that you cannot do anything about it. The cards that came out were the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. And I'm going to read this as suffering that you cannot do anything about. I say that because there's problems in your life, in your work life for you, Taurus, and maybe that your spouse has his problems, his own problems or her own problems. Because of that, you both in a very bad place during this month in 2016, and because of it, your harmony and the love that you have for each other is sacrificed. Also, the security, even the financial security that you had, is sacrificed. So there's some sort of harmony within your marriage, and which is sacrifice and financial, and there might be financial adversity that kind of hinders on your connection and your intimacy and the love that you have for each other. It's there, but it's like because of all these problems, you don't have the headspace, or you don't have the ability to fully express that love towards each other. So I would say that whatever problems you are dealing with, Taurus, and whatever problems your spouse is dealing with during this month of May, Taurus, might affect negatively your marriage, but only during this month, okay? And that's it. Please understand that this is a very general reading. Also see your moon sign, your rising sign, and any stellium that you might have. A stellium is at least 3 planets in the same sign. Check that out if you have it. And if you like a private consultation with me, I can use this spread or something else. Please send an email to dunyazad@gmail.com. All the information is below. I'd be delighted to work with you. Bye bye.